So these two goals, right? Winning, teaching life lessons. Can you do them both at the same time? All the time?
Not all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes you have to make a choice. Yeah? Sometimes you might have to make a choice between what might best help the team win today at the expense of teaching a life lesson. Right? Can anybody come up with some examples of that? When you might have to, yeah.
Put the better kid in a position that will more likely help you win the game, as opposed to being more fair and putting another kid in a position.
So that would be towards the winning side, right? You would make sure that my best kid's always pitching and playing shortstop and all of that, right? Are there some times when you might have to do the opposite to teach a life lesson? Yeah, why?
You want a kid to build confidence. I mean, a kid who maybe doesn't feel they can do it, you want them to get up there, and especially, I mean, I don't know if
Yeah, you should.
But at the beginning of the season, some of the games, the games aren't even counting. It's a great time to get that kid who doesn't have the confidence, give him the chance so that later down the road, he is able to perform. And then maybe down the line, when you have a game that's a little more serious, you might make that a
Yeah. So when I talk to parent groups, one of the activities we do is what are the goals for your son's participation or your daughter's participation in sports? And building self-confidence is almost always one of the top 3 or 4 things that they involve their kids in sports for. But it's also a place where you can tear down self-confidence if you go the wrong route and don't give that kid the opportunity and aren't fair, right? So yeah, moving kids around, being fair, that might hurt you on the scoreboard sometimes, right? When are some other times where you might have to do something that would hurt you on the scoreboard, but you have to do it because teach a life lesson right there?
The umpire makes a call that is clearly wrong, but you just don't argue it and teach the kids respect.
But yeah, respecting the game. So we're going to be faced with that kind of stuff a lot, right? Umpires calls, whether or not, do you guys have volunteer umpires or paid umpires? Paid umpires, right? Are they very good? Some. I mean, I watch games on TV, right? I mean, I watch Major League Baseball games, and there's some questionable umpiring, right? They go to replay, and close to 50% of the calls that they go to replay on are overturned, right? Which means close plays, you might as well flip a coin, right? It's a hard job, right? So by the time they go from Major League Baseball to AAA to AA to single A to college baseball, right, to high school, to Beverly Hills Little League, right, we're probably a little bit lower on the food chain, and we're not going to get Harvey Wendelstedt, right? We're going to get guys that are doing their best that we have to learn to respect and deal with and teach everybody to do the same thing, right? So yeah, so sometimes cost. What else?
Discipline a kid.
Discipline a kid, right? What if he's your best player, though? It's going to hurt you. Fight him. Right? Now, championship game, your best kid doesn't come to practice, shows up, yells at the coach, yells at his teammates, strikes out his first at-bat, throws umpire, you're shaking your head, no, what do you do?
I mean, if the kid doesn't show up to practice,
Yeah.
I don't think he can play.
Yeah, so sometimes you got to discipline your best kid, even if that means you're going to win or lose, and it's going to affect the scoreboard, right? Okay? So, playing time,
There's
right?
mandatory minimums. There's mandatory minimums.
Yeah.
If the kid doesn't show up, he's got to play.
Yeah, so you got to make sure that you're playing that minimum, and then you got to do that. But giving other kids the opportunities, like you said, right? Something. Okay, you've got a game coming up this Saturday. You think it's going to be one of those easy ones, right? So you tell a kid that you've been working with, hey, we're going to get you on the mound this Saturday. You've been working really, really hard. We're going to get you on the mound Saturday. And then the game's a little bit closer than you thought. Right? And now you're wondering, well, I know I told him I was going to put him in, but it's a close game. Maybe, what do you do? Right? I mean, if he's been working hard, you made the commitment, maybe you got to give him a shot. Right? And you never know. Okay? But anytime these things collide, right, where you might have to make a choice, and you're worried about teaching a life lesson and winning, that's a great time. Right? It's a difficult time, but that's a teachable moment, right? And there's an endless procession of those in sports, right? Over and over and over again. And every time, take advantage of every single one of those opportunities you can, right? Run to them, right? Don't hide your kids from them. Too many times we try to protect our kids from those things, right? Parents try to protect their kids from, tough times, making sure we're all on the same team and we're going to win. No, tough times are good, okay? So, run to those life lessons and teach, teach, teach anytime you got an opportunity.